Hello my crafty peeps, it's Cheyenne from PixieCrafter.com. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and artist, so if there is any Stampin' Up! Products that you want me to demonstrate, any techniques you'd like to see, go ahead and leave me a comment and I'll see what I can do. If you are in the US and you are looking for a demonstrator, I would love for you to choose me. Feel free to contact me with any questions that you may have. Alright, this is another video in our week of Eastern Palace. Sweet love. Okay, so I have tried to put together a card that will work with these starter bundles so that you don't need the dies or any of the other stuff that comes in the Premier bundle. So a beginner's set, if you will. I have had to substitute a few things. Like for example, with the starter bundle, you get the very vanilla note cards with envelopes. I only have the Whisper White, so just imagine, if you will, that this is actually very vanilla. So, because that's what will come in your kit for free. Yes. Okay, so we have got Tranquil Tide, Lemon Lime Twist, Fresh Fig. These are 3 of the 5 new 2017 to 2019 in colors that you'll get to get your hands on before everything else is released June 1st. So that's exciting. All right, we've also got a piece of the Designer Series paper stack. This is a 12 by 12 set. It is especially Designer Series paper, so 2 of the sheets have this fun gold foil on it. One of them is this little peacocky sort of design, and the other one is Dapper Denim with gold stripes of varying degrees going down it. Alright, we are going to get our, oh, this actually doesn't come in it, so okay, we're going to throw that away. Never mind, that comes with the Premier bundle. Ignore that, it didn't happen. You saw nothing. Alright, now we also are going to need a piece of very vanilla cardstock. This is 1 inch wide, and right now it's about, I would say, 4.5 inches long. It's going to go into our triple banner punch, so it's going to get shorter, and I'm not sure about the size. I always have these go longer when I'm doing the banner punch, just in case. So you will also need your triple banner punch. I do feel like this is a really good investment. I love banners. I use this in a lot of my videos. I feel like it is the great thing to really add to your sentiments, to get them to pop out, or just, you know, use pattern paper. Banners are so in right now. And of course, we've got our excuse me, Eastern Beauty stamp set. So we will be using this shape right here, these little dots here, see the little star here, and the thank you sentiment. Now the actual stamps are bigger than these images. They just had to shrink them down so that they would fit on this, but lots of things that you can layer up all together to get some really fun effects. If you were wanting to do the Premier bundle, I do feel it's worth it, but you have to have a big shot to do it. These are gorgeous, these Easter medallion dies. Love them. And I love bundles. So if there's a chance to get something in a bundle, I have to do the bundle, because why not? Now, I'm going to cheat a little today, and I'm being upfront and honest with you. I am actually going to be using this die. But at home, if you don't have the dies, this is something that you can cut out with a pair of scissors by hand if you wanted to. It's something that you can do. I'm just choosing to cheat because I can, because I love the bundles. But okay, so let's start getting everything ready. You know what? We are also going to need another sheet of very vanilla cardstock, and that one is going to be, okay, that's on centimeters. That's not going to help me. I don't know metric. So roughly 3 by 3 is what your other piece of very vanilla needs to be. Let me go get that cut because I can't do anything till I do that. Okay, so this is a little bit bigger than 3 by 3, but hey, it's what I had. Alright, so let's get our stamping done. Let us move aside the Specialty Designer Series paper and the note card. We're not going to need that for a little bit. So let's see. Now you can do this in whatever combination you want with your ink colors. I think I am going to do Tranquil Tide first, and we are just going to use it with this guy here. Get it nice and inked up. It's a gorgeous color. I'm just going to pop it onto this piece, keeping in mind that it will be cut out, whether you do it by hand or you cheat and use the die. There we go. Gorgeous shape. And these layer up so beautifully. I love it. Love it so much. Alright, so that is all clean. And next I'm wanting to do the fresh fig with these little dots here. And actually I'm going to redo it. Sometimes with these, you know, the photopolymer, they can move and bend. So if it doesn't seem like it's mounting right and you're getting a wonky shape, go ahead and set that down first and then bring your block to it, preferably in the center so that you don't mess up the stamping. There we go, and that'll make sure it'll bounce back to the shape that it should be without too much problem. Alright, so there's the fresh fig all stamped. I'm going to try not to get my head in this, but I make no promises. I'm eyeballing it into the center. There we go. Here we go, some nice little fresh fig dots going on. So pretty, so pretty. Okay, next up, let's get our lemon lime twist. I love this so much. I'm going to be so sad when this one retires in 2 years. Thankfully, I will have 2 years to love it and hug it and hold it close. Alright, and this I'm just going to try to line it up so that it's even and pop that in the center. This is where a stamp positioning tool would come in real handy. Alright, so there we go. That is a lot of yummy goodness. Oh, you know what? We are going to use one more stamp. Alright, there's this guy here. Forgot all about him. So that one here, we're going to use it. And we are also going to use it with the lemon lime twist. And let's see, let's pop that one on. That one. And this fits quite nicely in these little areas here. Oh, there we go. Loving the layers and how you can really build this and turn it into something wonderful. You can also use any of the other colors that you have. I have been loving the lemon lime twist with melon mambo. Like, that's just, it's a combination made in heaven. And sweet sugar plum, I think it would be really gorgeous with that. Look at that. That is just, that's just some fun yummy wonderfulness. And there is also, let me show you, there are these little guys here, and these will fit like in these areas, or you can start to really build out if this was going to be something, if you weren't going to cut it out, if you were going to have more space around it. You know, there's lots of other things that you can really build upon, and it's wonderful. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to leave out my fresh fig. So I want to stamp my sentiment in that. So this is that 1-inch piece of Very Vanilla. I've got my sentiment on my block. I'm going to ink it up, and I'm not going to go all the way in because I want this to be tucked behind this once it's cut out. So I'm going to leave some space because you can always make adjustments. Just pop that right on here. If you have the means to emboss this, embossing it in gold would be gorgeous as well. Ways for you to bump this up. I'm trying to give you lots of suggestions because I do feel like this is going to be kind of simple, and that's okay. Simple is fine. You don't have to go all out. Alright, so now I'm going to take this over and die cut it. If you don't have all of this stuff, then go ahead and fussy cut it. Remember, keep your hand with the scissors steady and move around the hand that's holding the paper. That's the best way to go. Alright, so I will be back. Okay, so there we go. Quick and simple. Now if you don't have a Big Shot, I know it's a bit of an investment, but there really is so much that you can do with a Big Shot. Not only can you do just die cuts, you can do framelits, which are like the outside shape. So what I used was technically a framelit, but like the stitch shape framelits, all of the layering circles, they have scallops that go with it, all of that wonderfulness, like just getting those shapes going. But then you also have the ability to cut out some of your stamped images and have them coordinate to easily cut out. So really comes in handy if you're mass producing, or if it's something that is just intricate and you don't feel like your hands are steady enough. So there's that. And then with these, there are, you know, with the cutouts of all of these, they're just gorgeous. So you can get this sort of thing happening. You can layer them over. So there's that you can also do with your Big Shot, along with all of the embossing. You can get embossing folders to actually get raised textures onto your papers and stuff. And there's now the dynamic textures, and they start to look really like 3D items, and it's really wonderful. I love that they have those now. Alright, I know I'm going to have to cut that down now, without doubt. So let me go ahead and cut off some of this, because I'm wanting this to be a little bit shorter. Alright, I'm going to flip it over and turn it over so I can actually see what's going on and make sure I'm not cutting into my sentiment. Oh. Alright, I think that might be okay. Good thing is I can always go back and cut off more. Once you've cut off too much, you're out of luck. Alright, so let's start putting our card together. Alright, so we've got our card. Now the note cards, they are already pre-scored. So you've got one side that kind of dips in, you've got one side that dips up. Make sure the side that dips up is in the middle of the card. So, like that. And then the handy dandy Stampin' Up! Bone folder. Sure way to shameless plug. See, Stampin' Up! Woohoo! Okay. So that's all done. If you wanted to stamp the inside of the card, you can absolutely do that. I tend to wait to see who I'm sending it to see how detailed and how much, you know, effort I want to put into it. Alright, now with this, I have seen some wonderful things done with this paper. I'm going to keep it like this, but if you're wanting to dress this up a little bit and go just a little bit further, you can actually take and cut around these little bits so that you have more of that decorative edge border instead of just a straight line. Gorgeousness, absolute gorgeousness. Okay, so we've got our snail adhesive. And get that going. I think this would look so much better with the Very Vanilla, because those are the colors that go in. So I'm just going to pop that down there, just like that. Now these we're going to put together. I want it to be something like that. Yep, going like that. If I had that Dapper Denim, hold on, let me just show you that too. So we've got a little bit of that Dapper Denim. I would have it behind so it's just a little bit was peeking out, but you can see how just adding a little bit more is really going to, you know, pop it up, give it a little something something. Actually, you know what, I think I'm gonna have to do it. Dapper Denim is a color that you might have in your stash already. Whatever colors that you might have, so I'm sorry, I've got to do it. Just gonna pull that up a little bit. Get this on, but yeah, any of the colors that you have that would coordinate with all of these, go for it, use them. You know, it really saves you on ribbon if you do techniques like this. Alright, let's get some more of that snail adhesive on this. This is not an ideal situation, but sometimes we gotta go with the flow like this. Alright, So there we go. I'm going to grab some dimensionals. Dimensionals are a really good investment. You get so many dimensionals. You get 3 of these sheets and they're full. I think it ends up being like 300 dimensionals in total. It's a lot of dimension. Alright, I'm just going to pop that and right there. There we go. And look at that. Just adding dimension to your cards too, it really helps. Or your scrapbook pages or anything else. And now I think that this is going to need just a little something around the edges to kind of, you know, pull it through and give it more. Well, part of it needs to be a little shorter on this end. So I'm just going to take a little sliver off this. And yeah, I'm going to want it to go like that. But I do want some inking around the edges. And I think I'm going to do Tranquil Tide. Now, this color is really growing on me. At first I was like, eh. And I know I'm a child of the 90s and everything, and that hunter green color was like everywhere. But this does have like that little extra bit of blue in it. And it does feel more like a mermaid color to me than that 90s hunter green. So I am just taking the edge of the ink pad and I'm just running it by just to get a little bit of ink on it. And these corners are fantastic for these banners because they really just go ahead and get all the way in there. All of that lovely goodness. And it really does kind of give it a little something. Actually, I'm going to put it there, let it dry fully before I start smearing it all over everything. Because it would happen to me. Because that's how I roll. Alright. And I'm just going to adhere this with some snail because I want that medallion to really pop up. Let's just get this little guy right there. There we go. That's good. That's good. Alright. And then, oh, I wish I could remember. You know what? Hold on. Hold on just a minute. Don't go nowhere. Okay, you do get the vinyl stickers, so that's so much fun. So you will also get these wonderful vinyl stickers. They're nice and thick. I've actually taken these and put some of them on top of my bullet journal because I needed something more. So what I am wanting to do is take some of the little guys like this and pop them on. But which ones? Which ones? I just feel like it needs a little something more. All right, I like that one. Now I like to use scissors when I'm working with stickers and small things, just cause. So all right, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that one right there, just to give it a little bit more grounding. And then. Let's see, do I want more? Usually it's 1 or 3. You know what? I think I might just call it a day. Hey, maybe I don't really want it there. I don't know. I don't know. I'm so confused. I think it also needs a rhinestone. Everything's better with rhinestones, right? So, alright, let's just get a couple of these going. I've been really big into clusters lately. Making just like these clusters of things. Let's get a big one here and we'll pop it in the center here. So it just, I don't know, it's just like that consolidated, I don't know, mixed media sort of effect going on. Alright, here's a little one. I kind of don't want it just to be hanging out in the middle of nowhere. Well, it's nice to know that the little ones really fit on there. Now I'm thinking maybe here. Not quite so matchy-matchy though. I don't know. See, now that I've started, I can't stop. Get one over here. And I think we need a medium-sized one. Oops. What do we need the medium-sized one? I need them to cooperate. My little hooky tool, that's usually the better choice for this. Yeah, thick in there. There we go. I like the rhinestones to be a little bit more organic. Sometimes it's a process. You know that you just have to, you have an idea in your head, but then when you actually go to do it, it's not quite right. All right. So again, inside you can stamp however you want. But since it comes with the envelope, I do like to make my note cards match. So let's go ahead and, yeah, I think I'm going to use this little guy. And of course, I've got to use the lemon lime twist because, come on, it's just so wonderful. And all right, so here's where your return address, your stamp, your address, who you're sending it to. I like to go in this little corner. And we'll just do a couple of these. Another stamped off one. Wow, that was a little too much stamped off. There we go. And one more like full little one. There we go. Ooh, and I think just boop. So there we go. Just a little something to just tie it all in together. It does, you know, it starts to, what's the theory? It starts to get your recipient enthused the second they see the card. So they're involved from the moment they pull it out. And then to have a beautiful card on top of it. So all right, let me zoom you in so that you can get a up close and personal view of all of this. So fairly simple, but of course not too simple because I can't just do like completely simple, but I do feel like this is something that anybody can do. We didn't really do anything fancy. The hardest thing is lining up everything, and if you're patient, then it's okay. If you have a trouble with doing that, Stampin' Up! Does sell the Stamp-A-Ma-Jig. I've demonstrated it before. It really does help you position everything. If you happen to have a stamp positioner, use that. You know, it's okay. Do what is easy for you. Do what makes you want to get in your craft room and craft and make things and create and all of that. It's okay. No one's judging. I'm a little sad that you're not buying from me, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm just thrilled that you are making things. I'm thrilled that you're watching my videos and they're inspiring you and you're loving them. Okay, so that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please remember to like and subscribe. Feel free to comment. I know things got a little crazy in my head today, but that's okay. That's part of the fun of watching me because sometimes I do get in these moods. A full list of the products I used can be found in the description bar along with links to the coordinating blog post. There is usually more pictures on my blog post and maybe, you know, a little more information. So if ever you need to reference anything, head on over to there. Let's see, what else? There's also links to my online store. You can shop that 24/7. These bundles, the Eastern Palace bundles, Starter and Premier, will be available May 1st through 31st. The bundles will go away the 31st. You will still be able to get all of the products in the new annual catalog. You just won't be able to get them in the bundle. And with the bundle, each one you do get free items. So in the Starter one, you get the free note cards with the envelopes. In the Premier, you get a pack of the 8.5 by 11 very vanilla thick cardstock and a pack of the very vanilla envelopes, medium envelopes. So it does make it worth your while to do this. Let's see. Also, when you're on my my Facebook, not my Facebook page, what am I talking about? My website, pixiecrafter.com, you can sign up for my newsletter. There is also space where you can fill out your birthday and your address. So if you want a handmade birthday card from me on your birthday, go ahead and fill in that information. I do not pass this information on to anyone else. It is between you and me, and that is it. So you can do all that. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. It's look for me at The Pixie Crafter, and you can find me. There's links to that down in the description bar and on my websites. So, all right, that's it for today. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye.